well done if you got that right. Are you ready to learn about another rule? So we've got the rule where we have to drop the E before we add the suffix ing. Let's look at the next one. Also, rule number 2, if a word ends in a single vowel sound and a consonant, remember our single vowel sounds are A, E, I, O and U, and a consonant. So if it ends in a single vowel sound and a consonant, you have to double the consonant at the end of the word. So let's have a look at some examples together. So we've got the word sit. Now, can you see that the word sit ends in a consonant? It ends in a T, which is one of our consonants. Then before the T, there's an I. Now, is I one of our vowel sounds, our single vowel sounds? Let's check. A, E, I. Oh, yes, it is. So therefore, sit needs to have a double consonant at the end when we add the suffix ing, like you can see that I've done. I've changed sit to sitting, and can you see the double T? Well, that's because sit ended in a consonant, and before that, there was a single vowel sound. Now let's have a look at another one. Oh, we've got get. Now again, can you see the consonant T at the end of the verb get? And before that, we've got an E. Now, is an E one of our single vowel sounds? Shall we check again? A, E. Oh, yes, there it is. E is one of our single vowel sounds, and then it's followed by a consonant, the consonant T. So therefore, when I add the suffix ing, can you see that I've got a double T before I added the suffix ing? Fantastic. Let's practice some more together. So can you see I've put the vowels in the corner to help you? So we've got A, E, I, O and U. So we've got run, we've got drop, and we've got hop. Okay, so let's go through them together, or the first one at least. So run, what does run end in? Yes, it ends in an N, which is one of our consonants. It's not one of our vowels, so it has to be a consonant. And what's before our consonant N? Yes, you're right, there's a U. And if you look in the corner at all of our vowels, U is one of our vowels. So therefore, we have to double the consonant at the end. We have to double the N. So run will become, running. Can you see when I've changed it, adding the suffix ing, there are 2 N's instead of 1 N like in the first one. Fantastic. Now, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a go at changing the verbs drop and hop by adding the suffix ing. Okay, pause the video now and have a go. Okay, year 2, so let's look at drop. Well, it ends in a P, which is one of our consonants because it's not one of our vowels, is it? So it has to be a consonant. And then before it, we've got an O, and you can see that an O is one of our vowels. Can you see it? Fantastic. So therefore, what we have to do is we have to double the consonant at the end to make dropping. Can you see that when I had the verb to start, it only had 1 P? But because it has a vowel sound before it, a single vowel sound, we have to double the P like I've done when I've added the suffix ing. Okay, now we have hop. Now, what do I need to do? Well, it ends in a consonant P because look, P is not one of our vowels, so it has to be a consonant. And what's before it? Yes, it's an O, and we know from the word drop when we looked at that verb that an O is a vowel. And can you see an O in our vowels in the corner? Yes, it's the one with the orange next to it. Can you see? So therefore, because it ends in a consonant and it has a single vowel sound before it, we have to double the P to get hopping. Okay, fantastic. Well done if you got those right. Now, let's have a look at your task. So you will have this table on your worksheet, Year 2 Phonics, 28th of January resource, okay? And it has 2 columns. You've got remove the E and double the consonant. So what do we need to do? Well, you need to look at all of the verbs at the bottom. So we've got stop, wake, travel, drip, put, wave, rule, and save. And what you need to do is decide if the word needs to remove the E before adding the suffix ing or double the consonant if it's a single vowel sound followed by a consonant. So you need to put the words in the right column, and then once you've put them in the correct column, you need to change the words to add the suffix ing. So let's do the first one together. We have the verb stop. Now, is the verb stop going to be removing the E or doubling the consonant? Well, it ends in a P, doesn't it? Which is a consonant because it's not one of our vowels. And then before it, we have an O. Okay, can you see the O? Well, our O is one of our vowels. Can you see it in the corner? It's the one next to the orange again. We've used that one quite a lot today, haven't we? So therefore, we will need to double the consonant. So we're going to put it in our double the consonant column. But then we need to change it by adding the suffix ing. So we're going to double the consonant and draw an arrow to stopping. Can you see there are two P's in the word stopping? Fantastic. So what you need to do is have a look at the rest of the words and decide which column do they need to go in and then change them. Okay, now, before we finish our lesson, you have some more spellings for next week, and it's about adding ing to a word ending in a Y with a consonant before it. Now remember, when we looked at and S, we had to change the Y to an I, didn't we? But did we have to do that when adding the suffix ing? No, we didn't, did we? So therefore, we don't need to change the original verb. We just need to add the suffix ing. So let's have a look at your spellings. You've got copying, crying, replying, marrying, carrying, flying, trying, drying, skiing, and taxing. Okay, taxiing, sorry. So have a go when you get these spellings, read them through a couple of times, or get the person that you're with to read them to you so you can hear them. Then once you've done that, you are to cover them over and get someone else to read them to you. And then you need to try and spell the word. So the first one was copying. So you cover it up, you try and write copying. Oh, I've made a mistake here, haven't I? When I've added the suffix ing, I've forgotten to add the I. I've forgotten to put the I in. So therefore, what would I do? Well, I'd check my spellings again, and then I'd copy it correctly next to it. And then a couple of days after, I'd get someone to read them to me again, and I'd try again in the next column. Okay, so those are your spellings for this week. I'll read them again. Copying, crying, replying, marrying, carrying, flying, trying, drying, skiing, and taxiing. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is practice these spellings over this week, and I'll be testing you on them next Thursday at the beginning of our phonics lesson again. Okay, so have a lovely rest of your day, Year 2, and I will see you in our next phonics lesson. Bye!